it's Amanda from the Queen of Lean, and today I'm going to take you through how to effectively do a low bar back squat. I have my coach Cara here with you, and she's going to demonstrate the exercise today. So what you need to do is to always set up in a squat rack. You want to set the bar height just slightly lower because the bar is going to sit lower on your shoulders when you're doing this exercise. So typically for a high bar squat, it's about sternum height. For the low bar, you're going to go a little bit lower, about here. So when she's doing the exercise, I'll just show you where she's going to set up the bar. So just across the back of her shoulders or the back of her deltoids. So when we're setting up, if you grab onto the bar, grabbing just shoulder width apart, you want to keep your hands as close as you can, and this is going to vary depending on range of movement through your shoulder joint. So you want to go as close as possible. Always make sure that your hands are even when you're standing on this side of the bar. A lot of the time people grab the bar when they're already in the rack. So what she's going to do is come underneath, set up the bar across the back of her deltoids, and then you always want to have your feet side by side when you're in the rack. Sometimes people will set up with a split stance, but you want to go side by side so it's a really strong position. Then pull the bar apart. That's going to create a top plate of muscle for the bar to sit on. So she'll create tightness through her back, and it's also going to make the bar feel as light as possible, which is really important when you're doing heavier type weights. So then she's going to switch her abs on and then stand up and then take a step back. So when you're stepping back as well, you want to make your walkout as efficient as possible. So typically if you step back half a foot and then go out to the side and you're staying nice and close to the rack, it just means that it's going to be more efficient when the bar weight is a lot heavier. So from here, she's going to take a deep breath in, she's looking straight ahead, abs are on, and then she's going to sit back into the squat, drive her knees out hard, good, and then push up. Awesome. So she holds her breath while she's executing the squat. So we'll go again, deep breath in, abs are on, sit back into it, knees out hard, good, and then up. Beautiful. So something that also really helps is getting your speed with the low bar correct. So if you're not doing any type of tempo training, you can, to enable to lift more weight, you can use that little bounce at the bottom. So what is really important is to keep the tightness about 3/4 of the way down, and then you do a little speed up and use that bounce. So if we show that, we demonstrate it again. So deep breath in, hold your breath, go tight, 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 little bounce, and then push up. Perfect. And then we'll rack. Awesome. So the key points to remember here is to really focus on driving your knees out hard, keeping the correct bar speed, also making sure that, depending on your flexibility will depend on how wide you stand with your feet. And this is going to take a little bit of practicing. Ideally, if you stand with your feet wide enough that it will stop you at just below 90. So when you hit the bottom of your squat, you should feel that your knees are out hard, and it's almost like you bounce off your frame and your muscles get you back up. So it's just playing around with what's going to be the right stance for you. Remembering to keep tightness, pulling out on the bar, also always white knuckle the bar to really send the message to your shoulders to switch everything on. And in terms of core activation, what you want to do is draw in through your pelvic floor, but then push out through your abs. So it can be a little bit tricky, but if you imagine if you had a belt on, you would draw in and then you would push into that belt just before you go down into the squat. So remembering to hold that tightness through the entire squat, come back up, then you rebreathe at the top, brace through your core, and go again. So I hope you found this video very helpful, and I hope that it increases your squat weights. It's amazing for building your booty, working through your legs, and just an awesome all-round exercise. Thank you.